Wakey, wakey. Come on. Wakey, wakey. Gotta get up. Fucking 8 a.m. sharp, you know? To go fucking be responsible and go throughout your day. But goddamn, that's like, it makes you want to tear your fucking hair out, you know? Just like scratch your fucking skin. Like it's a trauma inducing sound. Really, it really just is. And the problem is that you will hear this sound, but you will still feel groggy. Like you wake up in the morning, you wipe your eyes and everything, but you just don't feel refreshed. You slept for fucking, you could have slept for 10 hours, but for some reason, you just don't feel refreshed. And there's many reasons for this. There could be many reasons, but whether it's a matter of perhaps you have like sleep apnea or something like that, you have insomnia, and that could be a reason. There could be another underlying health issue there that you might want to get checked out. But realistically, for the most people, it is going to be a simple matter of that you missed the bus. What I mean by you missed the bus is you missed the time period where you needed to wake up. You woke up in the wrong stage of your sleep cycle. And I'm gonna bring you onto my computer and I'm gonna go a bit more in depth onto this. Give me one moment. Right here. So MS Paint, right? So I'm talking about sleep cycles. So I'm gonna break this down into uh, 5 different sections here, right? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? So in your first and second section, you are like slowly getting to sleep, and as you go throughout these sections, you will go more and more into your deep sleep until you get to this 5th stage, which is the rapid eye movement stage. This is where you begin to dream. This is where your brain goes into overdrive as it starts to process all the information that you gathered in that previous day, and it turns it into memories, decides what to keep, what to get rid of. It goes through on, revitalizing your body. Your fucking muscles are literally paralyzed because you're just fully asleep, And that is where you will get the most actual rest, right? That is also where your testosterone is going to be skyrocketing. That is the best point. If you are getting to this, then this is where you're going to be developing testosterone. This is why sleep is so fucking important, especially if you care about developing testosterone. But what does this actually mean when it comes to waking up, right? This is just sleeping. The thing is, the trick to waking up is waking up in either one of these 2 cycles. Ideally, you wake up in this first cycle, this first stage, I should say. Because if you wake up there, that is when you will be in your lightest sleep. You will wake up, you are the closest to being awake, so it is the easiest transition. Like, imagine waking up from in the middle of a dream, right? You get woken up in the middle of it. Your muscles are quite literally paralyzed. Like, your muscles are fucking turned off, and you're just all of a sudden waking up in the morning. Obviously, it's going to be difficult to start functioning because you just went from being fully in your deepest sleep to being awake all in one go, literally within seconds. And it takes a little bit for your brain to go get out of that recovery phase and get into the actual phase of being conscious, And this cycle will just keep repeating throughout the nights. You will go all the way across, you will end your REM cycle, and you will start it all again. It takes a general, but usually on average, it takes about 90 minutes. That is what has been recorded on average, right? 90 minutes. So you can use that, or you could take it a bit further. You could get a sleep tracking app or a watch or a ring. There is a ring that I'm really interested in getting, but I don't quite have the money for that yet. But regardless, getting something that you can track your sleep with will allow you to take this one step further. But if you don't want to take it that far, just use this 90-minute time period. So you have a 90-minute cycle, and you want to wake up right after that 90-minute cycle ends and the next one begins. So ideally, you wake up in sections of 90 minutes. So you want to get about 5 or 6 of these cycles in a night. That is the ideal point, right? If you can get 7, that's even better, right? But the most you'll really need to get is 5 to 6. I usually try to aim for 6. 6 cycles would be about 9 hours of sleep, and 5 cycles would be about 7.5. So say it is 11 o'clock, you need to be up at 8 in the morning, right? You could sleep for a full 6 cycles there. That is 9 hours of sleep, and you will wake up at 8 in the morning feeling refreshed. And the trick is, another really good tip here is to not use an alarm. Instead, just use the natural sunlight, right? Because your body has what is called a circadian rhythm. This is a bit of a separate thing that is determined based off of the light and dark. I'm not going to go super in depth into this. If you want to look further into it, I'd recommend just looking up a circadian rhythm. You'll find people a whole lot smarter than I am talking about this. But in general, all you need to know is that your body is woken up from light and put to sleep from dark. So if you make sure that your room is dark when you go to sleep, and that when the sun comes up in the morning, it can get into your room, or it will light up your room, you will wake up naturally to that sunlight. You will not have to worry about setting an alarm. You will not have to worry about like timing out your sleep perfectly. You will sleep how much you need to, whether that's 4, 5, or 6 cycles, and you will wake up at the perfect time in that cycle. Because only in these first two stages is that sunlight going to be enough to wake you up in the morning. Now, you can use this for naps as well, right? Take a 90-minute nap. That is going to be the best, rather than taking a 2-hour nap or an hour nap. This is going to be the best. Now, I'm gonna bring you back to, I'm kind of done with this, so I'll bring you back to me while I finish up this video. Another, as I mentioned, testosterone is your highest in REM sleep. If you want to wake up feeling strong, feeling masculine, then wake up right at the end of that sleep cycle. Use this properly and you will wake up feeling stronger. You will wake up wanting to go and fucking conquer the world, right? But that's all I really have for you guys. That's just the simple, no complications. Just plan your sleep around these cycles. Use what's natural to you. You don't need to worry about an alarm to get the perfect sleep cycle. If you can get away with using the sunlight to wake you up, and then you just have the discipline to actually wake up when you feel refreshed, which that's an entire separate thing. Maybe I'll make another video about actually waking up with discipline. Then I'll go into that in another video. But regardless, if you can use the natural light that you can get from the sun, you will wake up perfectly every single morning, guaranteed. If that's what you actually wake up to, nothing else, not your dog barking, not your alarm going off, not your mom calling down for breakfast or anything like that, right? Be grateful for that though. Mom breakfast is the best, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. But use this in your sleep tonight. Use it in your sleep tonight. Come back and let me know how it worked. Whether or not it helped, whether or not it didn't. It should help you, scientifically speaking. It should. It helped me. And if it didn't, then I'm not entirely certain. But you will feel more refreshed in the mornings. You will sleep better. You will simply, everything in your life will improve. Because sleep is like the backbone of existing as a human, you know? But regardless, sleep well tonight, wake up feeling refreshed, and I will see you guys later.